let's start off the conversation today. Okay, and we'll continue from where we started last week. Okay, where we said that, and if you take that metaphor of the flute, and we'll continue with that metaphor. Okay, the whole beauty about a flute and the music that flows from the flute is because it is hollow. And if we are mediums of the universe, we are forms that have been created by the universe to get its things done. Because to get anything done, you need a form. You need form. Without form, space on its own can't get things done. So you need form to get things done. And if we are mediums and we are forms, and if we want that the divine music to be played through us, and what as Chetan so beautifully said yesterday, joy, peace, happiness, if that has to flow through us, which is the divine purpose, then all that we need to do is stop our own self to corrupt. And when we say what is that thing that we fill ourselves with, or rather, not even corrupt, just if we don't fill ourselves with stuff, then automatically what is intended will happen. So while it is so easy to say, that is where what we are now trying to do is understand what are these things that we fill ourselves with, how to be aware of this, and then as we become aware, how each layer, as I said, कोट एक एक कोट कैसे उतारेंगे. ओके, एंड जो बाइनोक्यूलर होता है जो हमने लगा रखा है, ये बाइनोक्यूलर चढ़ता कैसे है, अगर वो चढ़ता कैसे है पता चला तो वो उतरने में आसानी हो जाएगी. So that is what we will start with today. Anybody, just before we start, anybody attempted that thing about becoming a little bit aware of the language that they use? Did anybody attempt that? Did anything come out of that? Anybody wants to share? Yeah, Anshu. Yeah. Okay. Good. Wow. That's beautiful. That's very beautiful. That's very good. That's very good. Wow. How does that make you feel? Empowered. See, remember, again, this test, and I will give you tests. And yesterday somebody was saying, I think somebody raised a question saying, कब रुकना है, कभी नहीं रुकना है, हमें कैसे पता चलेगा कि हम spiritual path पे. There were some questions yesterday on that. I'll give you one test, and the one very real test is your feeling. And very important to understand the difference between thinking and feeling. Thinking happens here in the mind. Feeling happens in your body. Feeling is the communication of your body with yourself. It is your body telling you, because the body has intelligence and it has native intelligence, and your feeling is communication. So when I send a message out, or when I write a mail to my boss and my boss does not answer, reply. So I'll give a few corporate examples just to hear, because Chetan gives a lot of life examples. I'll also have that, but I'll also give a little corporate examples for those in corporate. So I write a mail to my boss or say somebody, and my boss doesn't reply. Now, what are the possibilities? The possibilities, I may think that, oh, my boss is very busy, that's why he's not replying. Or I may think my mail is not important, so my boss doesn't reply to my mail. Okay. और आई में थिंक आई एम नॉट इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर द बॉस. बाकी लोगों के मेल को रिप्लाई करता है, मेरे मेल को कभी जल्दी रिप्लाई नहीं करता है. नाउ वॉट एवर आई थिंक that starts creating a feeling in my body. If I feel, oh, my boss must be really very busy, then I will feel okay about it. Or if I feel, oh, my mail is probably my boss is already acting on my mail and then will be doing something about it, then I will feel different. But if I think my boss doesn't value me, doesn't value my work, my feeling will change. Now, the difference between thinking and feeling is thinking may or may not be true. I will tell you, my boss, and this one actually happened with me in my earlier stage. My boss, one day, my boss had come down to Mumbai, and he told me, Riaz, when I don't talk to you, that means I'm very happy with what you are doing, and I don't have to. I mean, I'm really happy with what you are doing. You are very independent. So my not talking to you actually means you are doing the right things. Suddenly my feeling changes. अरे ऐसा है. Now, even if my boss doesn't reply, my feeling will be different. So thinking may or may not be true. You don't know. But what it makes you feel, feeling is always true. If I feel sad, then I am feeling sad. If I feel happy, then I am feeling happy. If I feel tired, exhausted, then I'm feeling tired, exhausted. The reasons that I think may or may not be true. So thinking may or may not be true, feeling is always true. And feeling, that's why, is always in your body. Even if you are angry, you'll see that either your tone will go up, your eyes will dilate, or your inside you will feel something. So you will always have the feeling, will be there somewhere in your body, you will feel it. To know when to stop, if you are in your body will tell you at one time. You don't go beyond that. But you have to be touch in your body. We as humans, as we grow, become so logical and all that, and there is so much of focus given on rationality, logic, etc. that, and naturally क्या होता है कि जो आप, like anything in the world, what you practice more becomes strong. So हम thinking इतना practice करते हैं. हमारे स्कूल में हमको सब is all given thinking. You have to think logically, answer and all that. So thinking is exercised so much that we predominantly become thinking animals. And लोगों को पूछो ना, even if I push, how are you feeling? I will tell you 99 out of 100 times people first give me their thinking. Feeling is always in the body. So whether I did right or wrong, if my body feels light, that means I did something. That means the body is telling me this is good for me. That is the message. So every feeling is a message from the body to you. But be in touch with your feelings. Sometimes don't confuse your thinking to your feeling. So I just wanted to, since there are a lot of questions, so then we'll also get into thinking, feeling as we go. But this test, is this good? Do I feel light? Do I feel, how do I feel in my body? What do I feel? What is my feeling? That feeling is your communication. Universe is having to your body. Okay. Any questions on that? Clear? Anybody else had any experience trying? Sorry, कुछ कह रही थी आप अंशु? नहीं ना? Okay. So anybody else? If not, let's start off, and you can share your experiences. Sharing is very important. I'll tell you. I have done my NLP since 2016. I've done about 5-6 batches. Okay. My biggest learning has not been in the classroom. My biggest learning has been in the sharing. So where I did my NLP in Gestalt, after day 1, the day 2, whenever I used to begin, we used to start the first 1.5 hours in the day used to be about sharing. People talking about, because what we are talking about are life skills. And the real training or real learning doesn't happen in this 45 minutes. It happens after this 45 minutes when you go out and live your life. And when you start sharing that, what you learn and what others learn from that sharing is amazing, I'll tell you. So keep on sharing your experiences. That's not just good learning for you, it's good learning for others. Most of the stuff that I learned was in those sharing sessions. I would never miss the sharing sessions. Okay. So we'll look forward to more sharings, but let's start with the one thing that fills up the most, and that is our identity. And identity is a big word. It's a huge word, and it's very overrated. And I'll tell you why. But let's start with a quick activity, quick exercise. अगर आपको कल कोई मिलता है, सपोज टुमारो एट द रिट्रीट और एनीवेयर आउटसाइड, यू मीट अ फ्रेंड ऑफ योर्स एंड ही सेज, अरे यार, यू आर इन दिस spiritual tribe, you are part of this tribe, you know, and I heard that there is some guy Riaz Mulla who comes and gives session. Yaar, who is this Riaz Mulla? Yaar, do you know who is Riaz? Who is this Riaz? If he asks you that, what will be your answer? If he says, I heard that there is some Riaz Mulla who comes and takes session, who is this Riaz? So if somebody asks you that, what will be your answer? अगर दोस्त पूछे या भाई ये कौन है रियाज, तो क्या क्या जवाब दोगे आप? जवाब तो देना पड़ेगा ना, क्या क्या दोगे?
I have an answer here.
हाँ, बोलो बोलो, जो भी है, whatever is the answer. So you don't have, so this answer is to your friend, not to Riya, so don't worry. Okay. And be real, be real. So whatever you have, what will you say?
मैं कैसे बोलती हूँ कि अरे रियाज वही जो उस पेट्रोल वाली रिट्रीट में आए थे और वहां पे एक बंदी जो थी वो अपनी प्रॉब्लम्स एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर रही थी एंड रियाज ने कहा था कि बन जाओ जीसस क्राइस्ट.
Hmm. Okay.
This is what
I know of Riyaz. Okay. But ये कौन था, मतलब ये कहाँ से आया, ये कौन है ये बंदा ये? If I probably, this is a conversation, if I am your friend and having this conversation, I say, but 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 who is है कौन ये? अच्छा, ये सेशन लेता है क्या? कौन है ये रियाज?
I would have said a member from this tribe,
हाँ.
जिनसे आप बहुत कुछ सीख सकते हैं. When he gives session, you can learn a lot from him because I
अच्छा
know this much only.
अच्छा, हाँ, जो भी आपको
हाँ,
पता
तो
है,
हाँ, मैं
जो भी
यही
आप
बोलती हूँ कि you
जो भी
can
आप
learn a lot
बोलेंगे.
from him,
अच्छा
his
अच्छा.
life experiences.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else?
अच्छा, हाँ, मेरे पास भी है. हाँ, so
हाँ
thank you for reminding. मेरे पास भी बुक है.
हाँ, ये ऑथर भी है किताब. प्लीज डू शेयर दैट. या प्लीज, whoever has the book, please do share that. Okay. Now, रियाज बहुत अच्छा सेशन लेते हैं. रियाज ऑथर है, इज गॉट अ बुक. Okay. And there are a lot of life lessons you can learn, a lot of things you can learn, okay, from him. Was I born with that? I was not born with that. Whatever anybody asks you about yourself, even if you meet a stranger and you say, Shavita, what do you do? Yeah, what do you do, Chitra? Or what do you do, Anshu? You'll say something, right? I am this, I am that, whatever I am. Were you born with that? None of us are. So what, when we born, what were we born with? और ये कहते हैं ना कि बच्चे भगवान का रूप होते हैं, है ना? आम कहावत है, बच्चे भगवान का रूप होते हैं. Which means that the God self, we are born with the God self. मामला उसके आगे बिगड़ने लगता है. So what am I born with? When I am born with, I was born as a male, right? Gender I am born with, or female, male or female, whatever. I was born as a male. What is the second identity I was born with? I was born in India, Indian parents. So I was born as an Indian parents. कोई अमेरिका में होगा तो अमेरिकन पेरेंट्स, whatever it is. And my parents were Muslim, so I was born as a Muslim. Gender, nationality, religion. Now, did I choose any of this? I did not.
No.
Right? Right. I did not choose कि इस्लाम इज द बेस्ट रिलीजन इन द वर्ल्ड, इस्लाम का प्रिंसिपल्स इतने अच्छे हैं तो मैं को मुस्लिम बनना है, नहीं. या इंडिया इज द मोस्ट एंशिएंट सिविलाइजेशन, इंडिया इज such a rich history, culture, heritage. I want to be Indian. Nothing of that, right? Now you see how many conflicts in this world happen only because of gender, religion, nationality. People are going to war because of their definition of nationality. That is the extent to which it happens. People kill each other, will burn to protect their sense of religion, their definition of religion. You have now March, International Women's Day coming up, right? Those who are in corporate will know कितना तमाशा चल रहा है अभी. हर कंपनी में कुछ ना कुछ Women's Day celebration. I mean, why? Because the world has become so patriarchal in its gender. I'm not saying here, and I'm talking here of now masculinity and femininity. I'm not just talking gender. But the world has become so patriarchal, so masculine, that now it wants to compensate by doing a Women's Day and Women's Year. I mean, why it was needed? So, look at it, that the moment, and the beauty is, the child which is born is not aware of all of this. The child doesn't know I am a boy or I am a girl. The child doesn't know I am Muslim or Hindu or Christian or Buddhist. And the child doesn't know I am Indian, Pakistani, American. And that is why the child is pure. That is why the child is godlike. भगवान का रूप है कि उसको पता ही नहीं है कि मैं लड़का हूं तो मुझे ऐसा रहना है, मैं लड़की हूं तो मुझे इस तरह रहना है, और लड़की हूं तो मुझे ऐसे करना है, और लड़का हूं तो ये मेरा ये राइट्स हैं. And that is where our first correction start happening, as we start becoming aware of these things. So look at, now start taking it from here. So I am Indian. Now within Indian also it doesn't remain. Then I am Maharashtrian. And Maharashtra is the most progressive state in the country, whatever. And Maharashtra maybe I am Bombay. I am not like some Solapur, Yavatmal, Nanded. I am Bombay. And within Bombay, I am Bombay Central. तो हम बॉम्बे से, तो हम साउथ बॉम्बे वाले लोग हैं, ओके। हमारे लिए तो पनवेल मतलब गांव है। चेतन में भी स्टेइंग इन द बेस्ट सोसाइटी, इंडिया बुल्स एंड ऑल दैट, हमारे लिए पनवेल गांव है, साउथ बॉम्बे। So now I'm sitting in this meeting, and there is somebody from Kalwa and somebody from Govandi, and my whole year is different. I'm South Bombay, yeah. Okay, and or Bangalore, mate. Maybe I'm Mangla or whatever it is. Okay, Bangalore, and you see there is a difference suddenly in the way I will engage, in the way I will behave. I was talking, and I'll tell you how deeply it impacts. I'm coaching an MBA grad. I am Indore. Okay, so I am Indore, one of the top IIMs. Born and brought up in Ranchi. Spent her college education, etc., in Ranchi till she got in IIM Indore, and then from IIM Indore she got a good big corporate house in Gurgaon. Now she's in Gurgaon. She is the executive assistant of the CEO of a $6 billion company. Works directly with the CEO as his executive assistant. It's been 1 year, 1.5 years she's been doing that role. She came to me for coaching because the CEO said, "You are very shy. You don't open up." And our whole thing is coming from, you know, हम tier 2 वाले हैं. I have been born and brought up in a tier 2 city. Okay. And you know this Gurgaon folks, and you know, and some of you are from Delhi and all that. And this flashy guys, party animals and all that. एंड शी फील्स, नहीं मैं उनके सामने कैसे बात नहीं करती, मैं कैसे बात करूं, मैं tier 2 से हूं. Imagine she's carrying it. Now she's 26, 27. And if she'd not come to a coach, she would have carried that all her life. And imagine how many things she's stopping herself. How many times she may want to express but is not expressing herself. So how many such things that you are carrying? Because of gender. And I'll start with gender first, because that's so powerful. Yeah, as a woman or as a man, how do you define yourself? And how do you set what I can do and what I cannot do? And yes, biologically we are different. And biologically there are different functions, which is fine. That's nature's rule and law. But beyond that, I was running a women leadership program in the first week of January for 25 of our selected women leaders. And one of the best from there, you know, she had a doubt, okay, will I be accepted as a woman? I am a woman. Will I be accepted as a leader? Because if you see, the world is highly male, in that corporate is very male dominated. Except for very, very few industries, the percentage of female in the workforce is in early double digits at the most. And very capable girl, very outgoing, very extrovert, but doubt in the mind, okay, will I be accepted as a leader because I am a woman? And she's now almost in her early 30s. So many years she has carried that limitation in her mind. And now imagine I have this doubt, self doubt. Okay, will I be accepted as a leader? Now, when I am in a meeting, I am in a conversation, there are 5 males and two females, which will generally be the normal ratio, what will I do if I have something to say? I'll hold back. If there is a conflict and I want to counter, I will not counter because I have doubt कि whether I जो मैं बोलती हूँ वो accept होगा या नहीं होगा. And these are all very subtle wirings that are happening. So at this moment, start making a note for yourself. Yeah, how have you defined yourself as a person? What are the I ams that you use? Or what are the I cannot or I cans that you use? No, I cannot uh, get into wrestling because it's a man's sport. Many of these ceilings are breaking. Or I cannot express my emotions in public because I am a man. How can I? I'm a man. I am a man. I can't be expected to, cry in public. Forget crying तो बहुत दूर की बात है. But I can't even express emotions of feeling low. कि लोग क्या सोचेंगे? There is a very beautiful line, one of my from Anil, from a person whom I and he said that if the hero of the story would have gone to the therapist early in the story, half the novels would have ended in or half the movies have ended in 10 minutes. But the guy doesn't go out there and express what is inside. He can't, because as we grow up, we've been told boys don't cry, and that slowly starts becoming part of my identity as a male. And I start to define कि male मतलब क्या and female मतलब ये, and those become my definitions. Or as we see, those start becoming our generalizations, and then they become. So today we'll only focus on these three identities because they create deep prejudices, and then tomorrow and then next Friday we'll get into values and beliefs. Because each of these identities then start creating certain beliefs and certain values for myself. And the first and most powerful identity is gender. So any thoughts, anything to share there before we move ahead?
जो अभी अपने बात कर रहे हैं ना आइडेंटिटी का, एज अ जेंडर का एंड रिलीजन का एंड देश का. हाँ, या सो काफी पहले ना आई वाज डिस्कसिंग विथ अ फ्रेंड एंड समहाउ द कॉन्वर्सेशन मूव्ड इनटू दिस. तो ही वाज लाइक व्हेन अ चाइल्ड इज बोर्न ही डजंट इवन आइडेंटिफाई विथ हिज बॉडी. एज ही ग्रोज अप या शी ग्रोज अप तो उसको समझ में आता अच्छा ये हाथ और पैर मेरे हैं एंड देन ये मेरा है, ये मेरा है. सो ही सेड दैट द आइडेंटिटी विच वी एक्वायर व्हाइल ग्रोइंग अप इट इज समहाउ रिलेटेड टू आवर सर्वाइवेबिलिटी. अगर हम आइडेंटिटी नहीं एक्वायर करेंगे तो हम सर्वाइव ही नहीं कर पाएंगे.
आइडेंटिटी से हम बच नहीं सकते, वो बच सकते हैं मैं बताऊंगा, but that is a very higher state. So there are two things, as your friend said. If you see biologically, the human child of all the animals on the planet, the human child takes the longest to become independent. If you see, take any other animal, or when I say animal, I mean birds, everything. None of the animals, the young ones, take as much time to become independent as a human. The human child is the maximum, and at that time, my only means of survival is for me to attach to somebody. And who is the somebody at that time? My parents. Because I can't fulfill my need. For me to survive, for me to be fed, and for me to be clean, it is essential for my survival. I need to attach myself to a parent. And that's why, while the world says detachment, 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 why is detachment not possible or not easy? Is because we have grown up with attachment. Without attachment, I would not have survived as a child. And that is why my need for attachment, and that is why my need to belong. Because if I don't belong, who will take care of me? And that is a basic human need to belong on that. So my hands and my legs or whatever, they are my form. My body is my form. Yes, it is also part of my identity and we come to that. But it is the form. And that is my need to attach because that's biological need. Otherwise I will not survive. The problem becomes that even when you become independent, sometimes our brain is so wired to that attachment and dependence that I grow as an adult, but the child doesn't. And the child still wants now to seek attention. When I am 1 year old or 6 months old, that seeking attention is very important for me to survive. But once I become 5 years, 7 years, 9 years, 15 years, 25 years, then I don't need to seek attention to survive. But unfortunately, my mind has become so deep that biologically and physically I will go to 25. But mentally I will in that age want to seek attention. Because I feel if I don't seek attention, then my survival, my existence is at stake. That is what your brain, mind has been. Am I making sense? There. Are you getting it? But yeah, it's a चाहिए. That is how it is done. That is science. So we have basically one have to be okay. One is and one the other okay. Actually, you ask me something.
What I'm saying is identity, whether we like it or not, we will get an idea as we grow up. Right? The question is what kind of identity we want to live with or we want to grow becomes very important at that point, right? So as I said, we all got so many things like boys should not cry, girls do certain things. It's been coming over from generations, the parents, society, and all that. But now when we talk about the next generation, how is that we can help to overcome those of probably maybe correct it for our kids. I'm not naturally about that. हमारे घर में I mean, we have seen when kids are crying, boys, we say, boys don't cry, it comes very naturally. We don't even think in terms of what is that we are doing or what is that we are entertaining with the kid. Exactly.
First answer I answer that. And the first step, the first step is always awareness. Awareness of what? As I said, language, everything is language. That's why I said I started being aware of that language. That language is also swimming and legs, nothing. When you learn swimming, you realize that is the only skill you need to know any other skill. So I realize that but it's the roots, one of the root skills to change. For change, and you don't have to change will occur. But knowing what universe says, let me ask you a question. And there are people here, I don't know how many of you have kids. But if you have a boy and a girl, two children, start asking your questions. Which child do you serve first? Why do you give up your boy and why do you give up your girl? If there is a limited portion, who gets the bigger serving, who gets the smaller serving? There are very subtle ways in which our identities, conception starts playing out. So the question is, I cannot escape my gender. I cannot escape my nationality. I cannot escape my religion. The question is, how have I defined it for myself? Because the way I have defined it for myself will be the way I will behave in the outside world. And that's why nothing needs to change in the outside world. Everything needs to change within. If my definition begins to change, my outside world will start changing. Because my behavior will change. When my behavior change, my actions change, my outcomes and my results will change. So start becoming aware of how am I defined. The problem or the challenge is this: any identity is that there is a definition, and that definition I have to then either defend, or I have to protect, or I have to demonstrate. And each of this can be a limitation, can be a yeah. And some of them can be good, and we'll come to limitations and boundaries. So as Muslim, I don't want to drink. I cannot drink. Uh, I don't have the capability to drink, and I don't want to. Now that is a boundary that I'm setting for myself. I need to understand the difference between boundary and limitation. तो मुझे शराब अच्छी भी लगती होगी पता नहीं my battery is just a minute. I thought my laptop very quickly comes off, so let me first do that. Yeah. So a boundary is where I am capable of, but I don't want to. Like I'm capable of drinking, but I don't want to drink because my religion, my religious identity stops me. Now that is a boundary that I am defining. But I am a girl and I can't do adventure sports. So I am a girl and I shouldn't get into boxing. I may want to, but when I was a small kid and I was loving to, and I was playing boxing with my brother and I hit him, and my mom came or my dad came and said, "Hey, चुप, लड़कों को मारती है, लड़कियां मारती नहीं, ऐसे नहीं करती. जाओ जाओ चुपचाप घर ये करो वो करो, whatever it is." And suddenly I started to form a limitation that, oh, as a girl I cannot hit boys. Now that is a limitation. It is not a boundary. What I can do, what I want to do, but what I don't do. Yeah. And the question is, Anshu, who is giving you that torture today? Who is giving you that torture today? क्यों बोला था ये और कहाँ से आया था?
No, but
And
it is there in the society.
but has who has given permission to society to define my rules?
No, if I want to go out and I'll come by 12 or 1 in, I mean, late in the night. So is it possible for me? No, not at all, because I need to take care, I need to check the
मतलब डर
security,
बहुत लगता है
safety.
या
Definitely, even if I don't want to, even if I don't want to, like, feel scared about the society, educated people are around me, and that's, but still, every
So
girl feel insecure, and the safety issues are always there. Whenever we meet some male in late night parties or something, so always we feel like safety issues are always there. और
मतलब
they will not think about
so,
कि सबने ड्रिंक किया है तो मुझे उससे डरने की जरूरत नहीं है.
मतलब रियाज आई मीन आई अंडरस्टैंड दैट आप जो समझाना चाह रहे थे बताना चाह रहे थे इट वाज एंटायरली डिफरेंट बट जैसे मैंने कहा ना दैट this sentence of yours I think it triggered a lot of emotions in all of us who identify as girls or females or women.
no, that is true. That is natural. Okay? And I'll tell you two things here. One is what you do for your physical safety and security. And even as a boy, I would probably not go into a dark LA. मतलब रात में 11:30 बजे 12 बजे के बाद मैं से बीटी के पिछली सड़क से नहीं जाऊंगा. मैं नहीं जाऊंगा. Even if I'm a boy, I'll not go. So one thing is what is physical security, okay, and what you do for that, which is fine, and you have to. So that is beyond doubt. That goes beyond identity also. That goes, and yeah, for female it may be a little more pronounced. So I'm not here talking about that physical security aspect. And again, even there also, why it is more pronounced for women is because it's been a highly masculine world. We live in a highly masculine world, and now I'm not talking of individual gender. I'm talking of collective consciousness. Because we live in a highly masculine world, the collective consciousness also becomes highly masculine, and that's why you see why so much of Women's Day and all of this. This is the masculine way of compensating for that over masculinity. Because I feel good. ऐसा इंटरनेशनल वुमेन्स डे के दिन आके प्लेज लेके कुछ ऐसा स्टेप करूंगा और उसको ट्वीट करूंगा तो मुझे लगता है मैं कुछ कर रहा हूँ और फिर मैं मेरे टीम के कोई फीमेल को एम्प्लॉय को एक दिन गिफ्ट दे दूंगा. ओके, दैट इज बिकॉज दैट कलेक्टिव मैस्कुलिनिटी ट्राइंग टू कॉम्पेंसेट फॉर दैट ओवर मैस्कुलिनिटी. So that's a bigger, very bigger theme. But even look at smaller day-to-day life in which I have put limitations on myself. And I said it's not just women; it's also men. Men suffer far more emotional trauma than women simply because they do not share. You go to any therapist and you look at the percentage of female versus male patients, you will find that female patients are always more. I will tell you, I have had female coaches who have come to me and told me about their sexual intimacy challenges with their husband, and they share that, and they share about how it is impacting them. But a man I will trust will never come and talk. He cannot, because the conditioning has been such, and you have no idea what suffering they go through because of that, and what challenges and pain. And we talked about pain, right? A lot of us have been talking about pain. This is generated pain. You heard of generative AI. This is generative pain. Generated because I have defined a particular definition of an idea. So gender by its own has a very limited meaning. After that, the entire meaning is because what I have given to that. And I know when I was in Delhi, and my friend was taking me to his home in Noida in his car, uh, SUV, and Delhi folks will have SUVs. Okay. And this was about 10 years back when SUV is not in fashion. Maybe SUV was a big thing. So this guy had an SUV, and I was sitting in the front seat. We stopped at a petrol pump to fill petrol. So I was first time in Delhi at that time, and so I love going out, feeling the air. It was just the beginning of winter, beautiful. So it was taking time. We were in a queue to fill. So I opened the door to get down and get off, and he stopped me. No, ruko, ruko, he said. He said, you can't get down here. Don't. It is not a safe place. Only when you go in our gated communities. That was the first time I came to know about gated communities and all that. वहाँ पे ऐसा कभी भी पेट्रोल पंप पे खोलने का नहीं. You never know when what will be. And this was 8:39 p.m. in the night. And I was like, my God. So within each society, geography, area, there will be different set of limitations that we live with. But now, if the guy comes here, will he still live with that? Because that's been so programmed. Because lack of trust is programmed. I can't trust. And then it becomes difficult for me to trust any person. And when it becomes difficult for me to trust, imagine how that starts impacting my life. And then what kind of pain I collect for myself, because now I find it difficult to trust. Because in the ecosystem that I was grown up with, that was the ecosystem where insecurity, there was a lack of security. So gender or nationality or religion on its own has a limited definition and a meaning. But then I start adding meaning to it. And not just mine, to others. So what I would want you, and we'll close now about 6 minutes. So the exercise for this week is whatever I am, you say. How do we define in language our identity? By saying I am this or I am not this. I cannot do this. I will not allow this. So whenever you are saying any I ams, just be aware कि मैं अपने आप को कैसे डिफाइन कर रहा हूँ, मैं अपने आप पे क्या लिमिटेशन रख रहा हूँ, क्या बाउंड्री रख रहा हूँ. So any I ams that you say, start becoming aware. There is no problem in identity, I will tell you, because you can't escape identity. The problem happens in the definitions that I give to that identity. I start saying I am South Bombay. South Bombay, मतलब क्या तुम suburbs वाले लोग. मैंने साउथ बॉम्बे को एक आइडेंटिटी दे, एक मीनिंग दिया, एक डेफिनेशन दे दिया. साउथ बॉम्बे मतलब हाई एंड कुछ तो डिफरेंट है. Why I'm in South Bombay? Did I do anything before my birth, or did I pass some examination? I was in South Bombay because my grandfather came here when nobody was buying a house. He took a property here when nobody was there. And fortunately, there now I'm become South Bombay guy. But now I have started giving a definition to South Bombay. I have given a definition to becoming a Maharashtrian or a Kannada or a North Indian or whatever. Have you started? And these are so subtle, you may not even realize it till you become consciously look for it. Because they have been programmed, right? And they have programmed as well. I forget me, the world tells me. The moment I say, and I'll tell you when I introduce myself, Bombay वालों पे मिलता है ना, मैं बड़े इससे होता हूँ. I will find a way to tell him, yeah, you know, I stay in Bombay Central. अरे अच्छा Bombay Central. Immediately उसके भी आंखें बड़ी, अरे Bombay Central, oh. iPhone वाले, how many of you carry iPhone? You will find so many people in the world who will find some way to show that they have got an iPhone. क्योंकि iPhone मतलब तो iPhone in itself is a device, but I have given iPhone a meaning and definition. And suddenly I feel मेरे पास iPhone है, उसके पास नहीं है, या उसके पास है मेरे पास नहीं है, तो even I start looking at the iPhone guy also with a little bit of a iPhone है यार. Okay. Even if he's not thinking, I will think. So, for this week, start becoming aware of your I ams. And only focus on these two or three things. We'll go to more deeply into how we form these identities and how we form our beliefs and values. That we'll do next week. कि ये आइडेंटिटी से हमारे बिलीफ्स और वैल्यूज कैसे बने. But when you start becoming aware of it, then when we go to the beliefs and values, you will be able to identify your own beliefs and values. Because that is where my definition of myself starts happening. And that is where my feeling starts happening. Okay. So that is all I wanted to say for today. Any questions or anything else?
या नहीं रियाज बस एक छोटा सा थॉट आया जैसे यू नो द आइडेंटिटीज एंड थिंग्स वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट ये बीइंग अ महाराष्ट्रियन और बीइंग अ मुस्लिम और बीइंग अ हिंदू और समथिंग तो it's not only the identities which we give ourselves, we use the same parameters to identify others as well.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. We use this, and that is where we use the same parameters to identify others. Others use the same parameters to define us. Okay. Uh, they start giving me a premium because I am South Bombay. They start giving me a premium because I carry an iPhone, or they start giving me a premium because I drive a BMW. I don't drive a BMW, but yeah, I mean, assuming, okay. And then suddenly, so the problem with identities and these things is that you have to be careful because it's not just about you, it's also the world. You will keep on very subtly giving this to you. And if you are not careful, you will start accumulating the world's baggage. That is how we start accumulating baggage. Because somebody will start saying, oh, अच्छा अच्छा, oh, बॉम्बे सेंट्रल. फिर मुझे लगने लगता है अरे हाँ यार कुछ तो है बॉम्बे सेंट्रल. मैं पैदा होता तो मुझे मालूम होता है क्या बॉम्बे सेंट्रल? नहीं, आई एम नॉट बॉर्न. Everything is acquired, and baggage is acquired, and a lot of baggage comes to us from society if we don't keep ourselves clean. And the only tool for cleanliness is awareness. That is the only. If you are not aware, you will start collecting baggage. I hope it's not too heavy for the night.
It is.
Do some dark, do some darkness meditation. Seriously. Now with this awareness, when you get into meditation and allow, I will tell you, just allow things to come. Let them come up and just be aware. The only tool is awareness and allowance. कोई मेहनत की जरूरत नहीं. Awareness and allowance. Haru will help you. Will be enough. Okay. Good night. I will send you. A video of there is a speaker, Canadian speaker, a brilliant guy. Arey yaar, I forget his name. I will send his name. My memory sometimes. I will send. You can look at his videos. He'll talk about especially Anshu this how we build attachment and those things will come out. That I forget the name of that guy. Brilliant guy. He's a MD doctor from Canada. A very famous speaker. He speaks a lot. Shit, how do I forget his name? Anyway, I'll send you. I will send you on the link. Okay. Chalo, good night. Have a great weekend. Okay.
Good night.
Enjoy.